It was nearly a year ago when 15-year-old Gabriela Rodriguez lost her life while crossing this street to catch her bus to school. 10 months later, the memorial is still sitting at the corner of Hansford Place and Harrison Avenue. 10 months later, her family continues its search for answers. Shauna and Eduardo Rodriguez are used to having lots of kids coming in and out their front door. Among their 4 children, they said their youngest and only daughter, Gabriela, demanded the most attention.
All my kids are, bright and loud and happy, but Gabby was the loudest.
Gabby's voice was silenced last year, though, after not 1 but 2 vehicles struck the softball standout in the pre-dawn hours. The second vehicle, which police say dealt the fatal injuries, fled the scene. In the months since the crash, her family feels like they know even less now than they did then.
We're coming up to a year and we don't even know what color car hit her. It's sickening, really, to not be anywhere closer.
It's not just hit-and-run crashes that can leave families with questions. A WCPO analysis of City of Cincinnati crash reports and court records found that since 2013, 20 fatal crashes involving pedestrians listed the driver as at fault. But only 10 of those resulted in a penalty for the driver. 4 resulted in jail time, and 6 more resulted in probation and license suspension. Assistant Hamilton County Prosecutor Jocelyn Chess tells us multiple factors determine whether a charge is warranted and how severe. It's a felony case when
we need to prove either they're under the influence, that would be a felony, or if they were driving recklessly, which would be, for example, someone blowing through a stoplight, blowing through a stop sign, speeding.
Driving distracted, like texting and driving, that's considered negligence, a misdemeanor carrying a $150 to $250 fine. And sometimes there's not even enough evidence to prove that.
If we can't prove he was under the influence, he or she was under the influence, or he or she was driving recklessly, then we look, hey, can we prove that this person was negligent? If not, then it's just an accident.
Ohio attorney Steve Magus represents people injured in these types of crashes. He told 9 on Your Side that the way state law is written can also make who's really at fault even less clear.
Legally, the law is a little goofy in that, and it talks about this whole suddenly leaving the curb and not putting yourself in immediate danger. So it's a little hard to figure that out on the fly.
That makes knowing for sure who was in the wrong difficult.
And a pedestrian often loses because these cases generally come up in situations that aren't glaringly obvious as to what happened.
As for Eduardo and Shauna Rodriguez, in the absence of a suspect, they've made pedestrian safety their new life's mission.
For me, that's the only way I know how to honor her. One way to honor her is to fight these battles and try to go to City Hall as much as I can. And if they get tired of me, I'm okay with that.
Pat LaFleur, 9 on Your Side.